This is another fishing podcast.
I've been hooked filming and really bad in the ankle one time, actually on the Achilles tendon.
Oh, God.
And yeah, it was really interesting. Big. It was in Brazil. Peacock bass, these big wood chopper lures. Peacock bass comes up and misses the lure. The angler sets the hook, and the wood chopper comes. The foot-long wood chopper comes flying into the boat and hits me in the ankle. And this big treble hook is like, this was years and years ago, but it was like in my Achilles, and it was just, I'd move my foot up and down, and the whole treble hook would go. And then I've been hooked by Kevin Van Dam in the forearm. But I have yet to be hooked in the face. That's why I wear glasses, safety glasses, when I film. And this is a buddy of mine recently.
You've hooked somebody in the face, Greg.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Pete. What happened there? That's right. Go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, that's
As
true.
young boys standing in a trout stream with a spinner. Wasn't it a spinner?
It was. Yep.
Greg hooked me in the temple.
It was too big of a spinner, and that was part of the problem.
Right. And to my credit, I went to the emergency room later that night, made my dad take me. I continued fishing with a spinner in my temple because I'm like, well, we're here. Let's just...
Let's, I mean, you are up to date on your tetanus shots and everything. Everything worked out fine. You're a diehard.
I wanted to clear that up. And I also wanted to clear up, this is
important. Go ahead.
Speaking of Howard Stern, this is kind of the news set. This is Robin doing the news, Do you
yes, dude. That? What do you? Of course. I finally figured out with Ecamm Live how to
just even do it anymore.
Take the video off the internet and bring pictures up, and I'm not taking any tutorials on Ecamm Live. I'm just like, what does this do? Oh, that does that. Well, what does this do? And so with time, it's gotten to be like, okay, this is kind of feeling like something now, But yeah, it's totally Robin's the News. It's a total ripoff. I'm totally influenced by that show.
Awesome.
We are heavily influenced by Howard, and the whole crew. I mean, we could talk,
good at what he does.
Yeah. So, filming fishing can be hazardous. And case in point, my buddy John Oss saying he is a fantastic friend of mine. Fantastic cameraman. He was at the recent Bass Pro Tour event, Stage 1, down on Toledo Bend Reservoir, and look what happened. Oh, goodness.
Oh,
yeah, so
deep.
Yeah. It's so my buddy John has got this, everybody's using this forward-facing sonar now, right? And these lures specifically designed for forward-facing sonar. It looks like John has got one of those lures specifically designed for forward-facing sonar embedded into his left cheek.
What does the design do for forward sonar?
What's that?
What does the design do that helps?
So what it is that now there's with forward-facing sonar, you can now see fish in the middle of nowhere. People can now target fish that they never really fished for before. So forward-facing sonar, live sonar, live scoping, whatever you want to call it, the fact that you can see fish in front of you, moving and how they're reacting to your bait. They can be out suspended in 50 feet of water. You can cast to them now and actually fish for those fish where you couldn't do it before, really, not efficiently. And so there's lures now that are just specifically designed for that water column, and just fishing in the middle of the water column.
Right.
So, and that's what that is. It's just a jig head, right?
Did they stop and get that out, or did he continue filming? Because they're in action right there, right?
Right, exactly. So what happened? I tried to take the video off of Facebook of him. Well, they had side cutters and they cut it off.
They had to punch through and cut it.
Yeah, the official just had side cutters and cut that off. So you can see the official in the background there.
Poor guy.
Yeah. So John actually lives in Montana, and he's a great buddy of mine, and I'm sorry to hear that happen, or see that happen, but the fact is I'm glad he's got glasses on, and it's not, you can't mess around out there. I mean, this is definitely something that can happen, and it's kind of what happened to him is a real fear of mine.
I can't believe more than not. This summer, the first time ever, I got a fly in my hand that was too deep to get out. So, and I couldn't get a phone signal. I'm like, all right, what's that trick, where you gotta, hook the line around it?
Yeah.
So I went up to the top of a hill, got a phone signal, watched a YouTube video on it, wrapped the line through it, gave it a pop, and it came out without even feeling it.
Oh,
it was
perfect.
amazing. Yeah,
Perfect.
you press on the shank, and then it pull on the curved part of the hook. And I had seen it done to other people before. Like a friend up in the Boundary Waters got a wrap in his thigh, which was not fun. But came out clean. I'm like, that's a really important skill to have out there. But I can't believe we haven't had more close calls in the face area.
Yeah.
It feels like when you're out there slinging, especially bass fishing, that something is going to give eventually. But I guess you just kind of get in a groove with, throwing lures and you feel good with it. But it freaks me out too. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, it's not to be messed with, and it's one thing. It sucks to get hooked, obviously, in the face. It'd be really something. And there's been other, another camera guy several years ago now, I guess. Friend of mine, it was just terrible that he had, and this wasn't even about getting hooked. It was just the fact that the angler that he was filming was using a really big, like a punching weight. So like an ounce all the way up to 2 ounce weight. These guys use their punching mats, that fish are under. And this fish grabbed it and he set the hook. The fish, didn't get hooked, let go. And that thing came in like a bullet and busted his glasses and just totally jacked his left eye, I believe. Totally just made him blind essentially in that eye. So that's after that happened, I just always wear safety glasses now. Yeah. But it's funny to think, it's not funny, it's terrible really, that up until that point I had not done that.
Yeah.
And so you see with John here, that's not far from his eyes. There's no reason that couldn't happen.
Those pro fishermen are dialed in and just casting and snapping and casting and snapping. It's like, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's nothing to mess around with for sure. And I saw that happen to John. And I was like, yeah, that's why I wear glasses. And I think I'm just going to start wearing a helmet and also in a cup, because if someone sets the hook with one of those punching weights and it hits my I'm gonna just be rolling around forever on the back of that boat, dude. I can't imagine how painful that would be if that hit your cojones.
And you're always right behind those guys, there's no go coming right at you. He's gonna be pulling at your direction,